We want to vote on board president to start or at the end?
Yeah, we
They
do a
don't
town
matter.
meeting on that one. Do the water first.
Okay. Make a motion to open the water meeting, accept the minutes, and the claims.
You gotta vote on the.
Second
water
that.
president too.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Water bills, $12,734.
We do have water buck board president.
Didn't even see
I was looking at the council president.
that. We'll do it at the end of this one.
Okay.
Any old business?
You
We
want
did.
old business?
We did collect a water bill when we took that person to court, and then just remember out there, if you don't pay, then you have to pay court costs and attorney's fees. So that was kind of nice getting that paid off. Herb, you got any old business?
No, I'm
Stephanie?
good right now.
Okay, you guys go ahead.
You guys care if I stand back here, or you want me to stand up here? Doesn't matter.
Don't matter what you want.
You can sit there. It's fine.
You gotta walk up and get in front of the camera. Yeah, come on, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Aaron with Commonwealth Engineers, so, just to here to talk about the water improvements project. So, back in 21/22, you guys, submitted for a planning grant to USDA-RD, which is basically, a grant that allows for you to study your water system. So Commonwealth basically, so that study of the water system kind of goes through, okay, what's your water needs? Once you establish what your water needs are throughout the system, and you go through and analyze alternatives associated with those needs. And then ultimately, once you go through you analyze all the needs or all the alternatives associated with those needs, then you go into selecting a project. And that PER then is used to submit to the funding agencies for review and eligibility of funding. So Commonwealth kind of took the original PER that was constructed and kind of analyzed it and discussed with the board as well as the water department and tried to refine that PER to actually to try to lock in on what the actual needs were. And so we did that, and now we're completed that PER as well as the environmental review and ready to get submitted to USDA-RD. So I'll just kind of run through what the proposed project is. That's kind of the timeline up to this date. I'll just kind of run through what the proposed project is, and then if there are any questions after that, just let me know. So first, start with the proposed project. So we got the water treatment plant or water treatment facility. So currently, the proposed plan is to do some SCADA and electrical upgrades. So that's to improve the communications with high service pumps, the wells, the water level inside the tank, and the chlorine system. Basically, what that does, that'll help make sure that the system's operating like it needs to. So, when water drops inside the tank, there's a drop in pressure in the system. The wells kick on, and then the wells will give more water to the water treatment facility for then the high service pump to kick on to then give water back to the water system, right? In addition to that, there's some miscellaneous upgrades and improvements to the water system or to the water treatment building itself. Doing some cleanup. I think there's a slight leak there, so repair some leaks and just do general maintenance of the water treatment facility. In addition to that, so the chlorine system was installed back in 2000, 2001, 2002. And there's been band-aids done across the years of things that have kind of started to fail. At this point here, the system's so antiquated that it needs to get replaced. So, if you lose a chlorine system, then you lose a disinfectant to the system, then you've got health and sanitation issues associated with your water treatment facility. So, in addition to all the other upgrades, it's looking to put a new chlorine system into the water treatment plant. Another thing we looked at as well is looking at potentially replacing the backwash pumps. So basically, you got the filter system as you filter your water, you then backwash all of the debris and everything that's collected to the filtration system into a pit. It settles. You then decant the top of that, clean water off, and there's a pump that then discharges that. There's been some issues with that pump going in and out over the years. While we're doing improvement at the water system, might as well go ahead and replace that pump and make sure we don't have those same issues. So then moving on to the water storage. So the water tank there that's just adjacent to the water treatment facility hasn't been coated or painted in quite some time. It's in need to get repainted inside and outside. So that involves, draining the tank, cleaning the tank, prepping and coating the inside of the tank, as well as cleaning, prepping, and coating the outside of the tank as well. And those are all requirements that need to be made to ensure that the tank's you're not gonna have water contaminant issues with, failed coating system within the tank, etc. So then move on to the water distribution. So we're looking at basically 3 different areas of line replacement. So the first one is running a higher pressure line from basically across in Maine, running a high pressure line to the north end of town. So there's some water pressure concerns there on the north side of town, and that gets you basically up there to Highway 41. So that gives you some better water pressure there on the northern outskirts customers, as well as gives better water pressure along that roadway as well. So there'll be a PRV there to be able to control that and make sure that we don't get too much water there. We don't want to blow out people's plumbing, but it will make sure that you get good water quality there. Instead of having that drop in pressure, you get the drop in pressure. You don't get enough water to the house, and you get a low volume of water, as well as there's health and sanitation concerns with not making sure that pressure is maintained. So during high demands, currently that area will see a drop in pressure, and just make sure that we get that corrected. In addition to that, there's 2 old cast iron mains in town. One's on Mill Street, goes from First to Grave Street, and the other one's on East Street from Spring Street to School Street. Those old cast iron mains have been problematic for the water utility for years, multiple breaks, and have been a maintenance problem. So this project also replaces both of those old cast iron mains. They're currently 4-inch, gets them upsized to 6-inch, get a little bit higher volume in those areas as well. And so with replacing those mains, there'll be new isolation valves associated with those mains at the tie-ins, new hydrants, as well as new service connections from the main up to the meter. So then kind of moving on to the water source. So the original PER had well cleaning as well as upsizing of a well. So you guys have one of the wells you guys have in service now during peak summer months can't actually keep up with the water quality or with the water demand. So you're kind of limited to just a singular well providing those peak day events, right? So that was in the original PER.
Didn't we take care of that?
Yeah. Yes. So since that original PER, the town of Patoka has taken that improvements to the well systems themselves. They've taken that on themselves. So the well capacity's been modified, as well as some cleanings, etc. So the water distribution or the water supply side is good. Now we're trying to correct everything on the back side of the water supply. So then kind of moving forward, next steps here. So, PER's done, ER's done. Next thing it goes, gets submitted to USDA RD through the RD Apply. So that process has already been started. Basically, now we're just ready to get that uploaded, get that submitted, and we wait for funding. Once funding comes about, then we look at then analyzing the funding source with the financial team, as well as the town and the water department as well, to finalize, this is how we want to move forward with this project. Which then, once that's all finalized, then you start going through detailed design, and then ultimately construction and closeout as well. So, are there any questions?
I do have one just from an IT standpoint. So you mentioned SCADA system improvements. Does that include improvements for the SCADA software that they are currently using on that computer up there, or is that not factored in?
Yeah, so the water SCADA system and telemetry would be completely new.
Awesome.
It'll be a new computer, new telecommunications, and the whole nine yards.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will be all new SCADA system again, as they're aware. They have a very difficult time on monitoring as well as alarming as well. So this new SCADA system will allow for them to, see status of the pumps, see water level, see pressure, etc., to then make sure that the system is functioning.
Okay. Yeah, there's been some reliability concerns with that computer.
Yes,
in the
yes,
past, so.
very much so.
We can see it, we just can't control it. What about the replacement of Mill Street piping?
Yep.
So it is,
Yep, Mill and East as well, so both of
Yeah.
those roads, which is around, I think it's around 1,500 feet, give or take, between the two of them.
Then you got the Main Street.
Yep, Main Street all the way from, I forget the name of the road where the high pressure is.
So,
Yeah,
cross.
where's
Crossing,
Cross.
yeah, so basically take it down Main, cross,
All the way to-
underneath the railroad tracks, all the way up to the northern end of town.
And where else on the east side?
East Street from Spring to School.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will be a new, that's an old cast iron main that they've had a bunch of breaks-in issues on.
From school on is PVC.
Yeah, for the most part, this will basically get the system back up to, a better life expectancy and less problematic.
Get rid of those
breaks.
4-inch lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you do,
We took out
I'm just gonna
some.
throw something out here. Probably throw me out. When you do, Mill Street over there, you going in the same place the old line is?
But just all depending on, utility conflicts, right? So,
And, or, well, you're gonna have to tear up the street anyhow.
correct.
Is that gonna be replaced, the street, main street there?
So what we would say is the portion of the road that is disturbed or damaged would get replaced. So like if you're
But not
running
the whole street?
typically no, right? I mean, you kind of tell that fine line. So I mean, if the road's in really bad shape and it gets tore up, then that's one thing. But yeah, in theory, this is a utility improvements project. It's not a paving project. Obviously, there's CCMG funds, et cetera, that can maybe go and correct it. But yes, the portion of the road that's disturbed. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's just gonna be an 18-inch wide trench or 2-foot wide trench. I mean, trench are gonna be wider than that. A decent amount of the road would be replaced, but the intent would be not,
Half of it.
yeah, not to replace the entire road.
So we just have to plan our CCMG
Yeah, exactly.
after that
Yeah.
to fix it then.
Would those all mains be grouted full, or would they just be cut in half, or?
Yeah, so at the point of connections, they'd be just cut and capped. I mean, you could grout it. I mean, what we've seen in the past is a 4-inch main at that size and that length. If we,
They're 2 inch, but that ain't.
Yeah, it's not.
so by the time we cut and cap at
There's
any
a lot of
points
minerals
that we
inside
run
that
into,
now.
and it needs to get connected, and as well the connections on both sides be cut and capped. And I usually use mechanical caps instead of grout caps just for the shrinkage and the potential failure of that. But yes, it will be at least cut and capped. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Any questions on there?
Nothing's come up.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
I think we'll actually get it this year, 27.
They're working on projects now. So,
The planning grant helps a lot from the scoring standpoint. You never know, I mean, there's decent amount of backlog on funding, but I think this year or next, yeah. And we can walk through that process too, and kind of go over the scheduling, et cetera. I can get some more of my schedules.
You got anything, Stephanie? I guess we have 2 new water taps going in, and they're gonna move 1 meter, cause it's too far from the house. Anything else? You guys,
No.
motion to close the water?
Well,
Or-
need-
well, let's vote for a board president for water for next year. I'll nominate Mark.
Sounds
We'll
good,
get
I
that
second
vote second.
that.
All
Yeah.
in favor?
Uh,
I'll make a motion to, open the town meeting, accept the minutes, pay the bills.
second that.
On favor?
Uh,
Town bills, $11,051. So, you sent out the pavement bid, Stephanie? And.
We even helped start the EEO process. We put some EEO forms into the bids too, so contractor has to sign those, so We're working on Title VI for any NDOT people watching.
Oh, and then you might find this interesting if anybody's watching. So we spent 3 hours mowing a lot in town. It's in bad shape. So when you don't pay and we have to take you to court to clean up your bill for your yard, then there's an automatic 10% penalty. And there's a recording fee of $25 and a release fee for $25. So we've been doing pretty good at taking people to court and winning. So you know, it's a lot cheaper if you just do what you're asked. And you know, I don't think we're too rough. We give people lots of breaks. But anyway.
Yeah, a lot of time.
So that bill, yeah, this bill will go from $900 to $1,040. So, Herb, you got anything?
On water or town?
Town.
Yeah, on town now.
No, we did raise the street signs up,
Yeah, look good.
flashing lights. We had one person come by and said they blinded him. He appreciated we right the lights up.
Didn't give him a Sears catalog to sit on.
Yeah.
He put an extra bucket under his chair. But other than that, no, I think we're good. We're ready, but I'm not looking for any snow. Dust, just a dust. I'm good.
Did you guys want to be members of AIM or just forget it?
Members of what?
AIM,
What is AIM?
Accelerate Indiana Municipalities. If they have a meeting that, you know, you're interested in, we've paid and just go to like one meeting, but
Yeah, I don't
But if you
think,
belong to it, you have problems, they will help you.
yeah. It's $1,000 to join.
They will help you.
To join?
Mhm.
Good, they give you good information.
I don't know, I just think it's kind of pricey.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
I haven't even looked at it that close.
You can think about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay right now. They'll take your money anytime. And they prorate it if you wait till later in the year.
Okay. Yeah, we might hold on to that and
Yeah.
look that up. Not that familiar with that organization, so.
You got anything else? I guess we need to vote for a council president for the town. I'll nominate Mark.
Yeah.
I figured out.
All in favor?
Aye.
See, we're passing it down the line here, so Thomas, you're setting up here.
I haven't done it for a long time. I'm elderly and trying to retire.
There you go.
Daryl, you got anything?
Yes, I did, a bunch.
What do you got there?
There is the December log. There's my updated inventory. There's my annual report. I have not heard back from Jim on the vehicle ordinance. So the last time he was gonna update it, make the changes.
guys wanna set up an executive, talk about personnel?
That's fine.
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
Any idea when you wanna do it?
We could also talk about which places we wanna go to court next. So you guys, I told you to pick out a couple places.
Okay, sounds good.
Do what?
What day y'all wanna do it on?
You wanna just do it to like 6 o'clock before a meeting, half hour long enough?
It won't take too long.
Okay.
You wanna do it before the 28th, that's fine.
Yeah, let's just do
That's fine.
that.
6 o'clock.
Sure.
I think that's all I have. Oh, I will be updating SOP, so if I have that ready to sign up on this meeting too.
Okay.
And just FYI, Stephanie and Herb talked to a different insurance agent. We're gonna get an estimate to see if he's any different than what we got.
Okay. It's fine.
Doesn't hurt to check.
Nah, I don't.
I know somebody that knows their town, they saved a lot of money.
That it?
Um,
Got anything else?
You guys, anything else? Motion to close,
Second that.
all in favor?
All right.